So double joy for Denmark then in the men's and women's singles. No joy for Rajiv Usuf, but more English hopes in the men's doubles as Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae of Korea, the number 3 seeds, take on Anthony Clark and C.Langridge. Just to say there has been some joy for England today as we look at the Korean pair coming. The 18-year-old Toby Penty winning his first round match today. Could face Sho Sasaki in the second round. But of course we're focusing on this men's doubles match and what Anthony Clark calls a no-lose situation. I was watching his game yesterday when they took on the world number 20 pair, Anthony Clark and C.Langridge. Kenta Kutsuno and Yoshiteru Hirobi won in straight games. Took them less than 40 minutes and Clark celebrated as if they'd won the gold medal itself. He was really pumped up. But it is a tough prospect duel that they are facing here in this world number 3 pair, the 2010 quarter-finalists of Sungwon-dae.
Yes, but more importantly, twice silver medalists at the World Championships. Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, 2007 silver medalists, and again in 2009 in the most thrilling final imaginable. It was just incredible against the Chinese pair of Kai Yun and Fu Haifeng. So given their record in these major championships, yes, you're absolutely right. Tall order for the English pair to overcome such a competent pair as this.
Well, there is a world ranking and of course a win-loss ratio that's pretty impressive this year. 3 victories. They've been in the finals as well, the Super Series finals in Taiwan, 1 in Thailand, in Germany, in Korea, and 3 other finals as well in Taiwan, Switzerland. In fact, Kenneth Jonassen thinks they've got the best defence in the world. Jonassen, of course, the former world number 1, who's now very much part of the coaching team in England.
They do have an incredible defence, there's no doubting that. What I do have my concerns about is the fitness of Jung Jae-sung, because in the last 2 tournaments that Lee Yong-dae has played, he's not played with his regular partner here, and he's actually played a couple of tournaments with Go Sung-hyun. So I noticed that the Korean's got his right ankle heavily strapped. But looking at Anthony Clark and C.Langridge, 40 in the world ranking, up 1 place since last week. And as you can see, their career win-loss record, they're a very new partnership indeed. In fact, they only formed their partnership at the Irish Open last December. So less than a year together, only 7 individual tournaments they've ever played together. They've won 2 titles from reaching 3 finals. So it's a good start to a partnership, but it is a very young partnership, and whether they have that real understanding that's needed, I'm not so sure. Hakan Foster, of course, the umpire from Sweden, and Thanu Karapat from Thailand, our service judge.
Well, they're going to relish this challenge. That's what Langridge and Clark have been saying. Anthony was just wishing they teamed up earlier. You mentioned they've only teamed up recently. That's because Anthony Clark's partnership with Nathan Robertson has come to an end recently. Of course, Robertson now concentrating on the mixed doubles as he comes towards the end of his career with his girlfriend Jenny Warwick. They'll be in action later on.
Langridge and Anthony Clark of England.
Well, there's no doubt who the crowd will be supporting, and you would expect nothing less. They're the underdogs.
Anthony Clark to serve to Lee Yong-dae. Love all. Play. One love.
So what do you make of the fact that, do you feel maybe that Anthony stayed with Nathan Robertson a little too long and that he should have joined up with a younger partner sooner?
No, I think that, in all honesty, I think that perhaps Anthony Clark was bitterly disappointed that the partnership didn't continue on. They had been playing men's doubles together. Of course, you and I watched them win the silver medal at the Commonwealth Games last year. They were a very good men's doubles partnership. And I think that Anthony may have felt, and I don't know, this is my own personal opinion, that Nathan could have perhaps told him earlier that he was going to concentrate on his mixed doubles, only his mixed doubles for the 2012 Olympics. I think that Anthony may feel that if he had known earlier, he would have teamed up with Chris earlier, and therefore they would have had more time to develop this new exciting partnership full of potential. And would have been able to develop that earlier.
Sorry, Jill, what a call. That was given in and it was right on the line. And the point being as well, the reason I think he would prefer to be told earlier is because it's hampered their opportunity of this pairing here of Clark and Langridge to make the Olympics because they haven't got enough ranking points over the period.
Well, absolutely. And you know, it's not until May, the cut-off point for the world ranking for next year's Olympics. But the point is because they're such a new pair, they're having to qualify in major events. They had to qualify for the Indonesian Super Series, the German Open. You know, you've got to play some lesser ranked tournaments to get on the ranking initially, and then because of your ranking, you can go into the qualifying of Super Series, and that's where all the big points are.
Well, listen, they're certainly rising to the occasion very early on here. The early signs are encouraging here for Clark and Langridge. Look at this touch from Chris. Spot on. And already, and it's very early, Anthony Clark's really pumped up, isn't he? You can tell he really wants to give this his best shot.
Well, he knows that his time is limited, 33 years of age.
He's 108th cap. Of course, the most cap player is sitting right alongside me with 145.
Yeah, very proud of that record too.
I noted you're in the programme talking about the number of caps that you won, and everyone's saying they got commemorated with a photo or a piece of silver. Yours 100th cap went by with nothing, really.
Yeah, I think we'll leave it there.
Okay. Silence is golden.
Yes.
Some lovely disguised shots from the back of the court from both English players.
Great attacking play in general.
But again, we're seeing this terrific defence from the Koreans.
Yes, and that rally really exemplified the whole problem as far as the English are concerned, because, as you rightly said, great disguise on the attacking play, all-out attack from both the English players, and yet didn't get any advantage, couldn't break down the defence. And yet as soon as the Koreans had the opportunity to smash, one smash, and they forced the error. So as far as the English are concerned, they are very aggressive players. If you compare the two pairs, they certainly don't have the same quality in defence as the Koreans. So they have to make their attacking play count. Very difficult, of course, but...
This partnership of Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae, some in the Korean media may be thinking there may be a few cracks in it. The fact that, of course, as you heard too, that Lee Yong-dae played with Ko Sung-kyun in the last two tournaments and won, both in Canada and America. You think it's purely down to an injury?
Yes, I mean, if you look at Jung Jae-sung, the smaller of the two Koreans, he's got his right ankle heavily strapped. In fact, it's coming up halfway up his calf muscle. Now, he's certainly the older of the two men. He's going to be 29 at the end of this month. That's a super shot from Anthony Clark.
He's rolling back the years, isn't he? The way he's pumped up here and playing. He looks a bit fitter, a little leaner.
Yeah, I think he's been working hard, and that's good. That's good to see. Yeah, there's the injury problem. Well, it may actually be the calf muscle.
Jung Jae-sung.
Yeah, nice finish off. The problem as far as the Koreans are concerned, if they swap the partnerships for this championship, then Lee Yong-dae playing with Ko Soon-young wouldn't have qualified because they're not high enough on the world ranking. So they basically had to play together because then they're so highly ranked, number 3 in the world.
But there's speculation that this could be their last event together because of what happened in Canada and America. But I think you're right. I think the fact the guys, you know, the elder, Jung, has got a bit of an injury, may just be the answer rather than the speculation.
Well, there's a couple of younger Korean doubles players that I think could make a very, very exciting partnership with this man. Got to remember, of course, he's already Olympic champion. He's Olympic champion in the mixed doubles. Won that in Beijing with Lee Ho-jung.
And these two lost in the first round, didn't they? The men's doubles partnership at Beijing.
Yeah, they lost to the Danes. Nice change of pace.
Well, they're giving it everything they've got. And, I'm sure the Korean two knew they were going to be up for a fight here. A little bit of luck helps, obviously. I don't think there's a problem in them maintaining the intensity. It's about maintaining the quality.
Yeah, and the thing that I'm going to be interested in is C.Langridge, because of all 4 men on court, he's the least experienced in these big match situations. Of course, A.Clark, 2 silver medals from the 2006 World Championships in Madrid, both men's doubles playing with Robert Blair and mixed doubles with Donna Kellogg. So he's used to the big occasion. He's played in an All-England final in mixed doubles as well.
And a couple of points that could have gone either way there. They've both fallen to the Koreans. It hung on the top of the net and then dropped the wrong side.
Yeah, come on. 11-7 interval.
Well, it's a pretty healthy advantage now. 4 points at the interval for Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae. It shows the quality of Lee Yong-dae, isn't it, that he can turn up at the last 2 events with a new partner and they win both of them.
He's a quality player. He really is extraordinary. I can remember him one of his first ever tournaments as a 15-year-old. A 15-year-old in senior badminton. You know, in a way I compare him to an athlete like Boris Becker, who at such a young age can achieve such incredible things and be so physically strong to last with the big men. There's, you know, naturally boys don't physically turn into strong men until usually early 20s, but Boris Becker at the age of 17 wins Wimbledon. Same sort of scenario here with Lee Yong-dae, wins the Olympic Games. What was he?
19.
19 at the time.
Yeah, I was making a fuss of the fact that an 18-year-old English boy won in the first round here this week, one of the wild cards, Toby Plenty. He's 19 on Friday. That gives you an idea of the quality of Lee's play. He's a huge star in career, isn't he, as well?
Yeah, he's a pin-up boy. Oh, look at that. That is just fantastic.
12-7.
And the way they work for each other within the rally, the two Koreans. Here's the power play. His partner, Jung Jae-sung, in the right position at the nets. Kang Kyung-jin.
Yeah, from 7, 8 down. It's now a long way back for A.Clark at 7-12 down.
Right idea from Anthony Clark.
13-7.
You know, Anthony Clark to me is one of the players, almost sort of, I mean, he'll hate me saying this, a forgotten player, because there's been so much attention on Nathan Robertson and Gail Ems with the Olympic silver medal, and them, of course, beating Anthony and Donna in the final of the World Championships in Madrid in 2006. And to me, he hasn't got the accolade and the recognition that he deserves. To me, he's such a clever player. You know, he's really masterminded matches, you know, by his thinking capability, his range of shots, and yet he's never had the sort of publicity of Nathan Robertson.
Yeah, even in the build-up to these championships, there's
8-14.
all the attention really has been on Nathan again.
Yeah. And Anthony just quietly gets on with the job in hand, and you know, it gets year after year after year, has got very, very good results.
Great potential to be a coach, so I'm told.
Yes.
Gail Ems was saying he would be perfect material.
Yes, and you can tell that by the way he's playing doubles, you know, because he's a thinker on court. He works out what's happening, tries to do the right thing. I know a couple of times today I've said, well, that was the right idea, didn't manage to execute it. But as long as you're thinking and trying to do the right thing, then obviously you've got a very good understanding of the sport and would make a very good coach.
Oh! 16-8.
Well, they were leading 6-5 in this game. They managed to pick up 2 points out of the next 13. Klaus is telling right now.
There's just a fraction of speed missing nowadays, isn't there, from Anthony Clark? Clever.
Well, I think this game is beyond them, even though they just won the point. 17-9 now, though, Tree. I just think they need something to lift their spirits ahead of the next game. Do Clark and Langridge. Just to install back a little bit of belief.
Oh, string's gone.
So it's over. 18-5.
Yeah, hit it at the top of the racket.
You can see a little hole appeared there.
Well, certainly so far, I think C.Langridge, you know, the question marks I had in my mind about how he would cope with the big match situation, has been absolutely superb thus far. He is, of course, national champion, won the title with Nathan Robertson. Sadly, Anthony Clark this year couldn't defend his title at the Nationals because got hit in the eye with a shuttle. Very painful, I can assure you. Oh, yes. And the big difference with the Koreans, when they do get on the attack, they just do not let up until they've put the shuttle on the floor. And they're gradually moving further and further towards the net, more and more dominant. The nearer you are to the net, more likelihood you are to put the shuttle on the floor and get a steeper angle.
Serves over, 10-19.
Isn't it?
It is.
Such disguise.
20.
It was a quality shot
10.
from the Young Day, and it brings up game points for the Korean pair.
Game.
Well, it was close right at the start, wasn't it?
First game won by Jung.
Quickly swatted them away in the end.
10.
And all that hope, all that build-up, and that keenness to perform well in front of a big crowd here in the Wembley Arena has disappeared a little by the scoreline from that first game.
Okay, from the right-hand box, we're lifting that one a little bit too much. Okay, again in the first set, in the first 6 points, we were cross-blocking into the gap quite nicely. Okay, that's why we've got to try and find those gaps there. All right.
These were, we lost 10. I don't think it was very bad.
Not at all, no.
Even though when we got the cross-blocking,
Yeah.
they just lift that away.
They will lift that away, but then we've got to go patient. It must be more on attack, not so many stop drops and hard smashes, but more click downs, and then the net play must come off a little bit more. Okay, because they're getting that cross little poking while we're doing a little bit static around the forecourt. Okay, so the net play comes off and we've got to commit on that one. All right, that's why we've got to go for it. Okay. Lastly, take our chances around the forecourt on the first 4 shots. Most important, because we will get a couple of chances there. We've got to be much more braver. Okay, really be intense around that. Okay, come on, let's come out quick. Come for a more around the net. But keep going for it because you'll get them.
120 seconds.
Interesting. Wants them to continue with what they did at the start of the match, which was the cross-court blocks on defence. And Anthony was saying, but they'll just lift it away. He said, that's fine, because then you've still got the attack. And wants them to be far more committed on the first 4 shots of the rally and really look for it more at the net play, try and intercept more.
Double. Play.
Well, he's not the tallest of athletes, is he? Jung Jae-sung, 168, that's just over 5'6", but my goodness, gets such a good smash, such elevation on that jump smash.
5'6" when he starts, but about 6'2" by the time he gets up there. Look at that smash, 278 kilometers per hour.
2 love.
that's the sort of intersection
Serves over.
that Graham
1,
Hull, the coach,
2.
was urging them to go for. Yeah, fourth shot.
Oh, well, retreat.
Oh,
Not once,
my
but
goodness.
twice. Couldn't get third time lucky, though.
Serves over. 3-1.
Just a fraction slower on the recovery after the dive than Lindan when we saw him dive first thing this morning. Just seemed to bounce straight back up again.
4-1. Serves over. 2-4.
Just wide.
But it had been the block off the defence from Anthony Clark. There we are, there's the block. Should have perhaps followed it forward a little quicker. But it's clever play.
Out. Serves over. 5-3.
Yeah, just got deflected by the net cord slightly wide of the centre line.
Serves over. 4-5.
I think that was one in the face there for the Young day.
Over.
Anthony Clark knows, as you were saying earlier from his experience earlier in the year, knows that can be painful if it catches you right in the eye socket. No damage done though for Lee.
Thank you.
Well, again, right at the start of this game, it's pretty even now. It's a case of whether Clark and Langridge can stick in there.
4-5. All.
Well, that's just incredible. Look at this net play. Brilliant. You don't get better than that.
Service over. 6-all.
The English pair led 6-5 in the first, didn't they?
They did indeed, and yeah, not too many points came after that, did they? 4 more only in the game.
Yeah, well, he's disappointed with himself there, C.Langridge, but in all honesty, I think there was slight hesitation between the two English players with him coming forward and A.Clark moving out, and that's just a sign that they're just not used to playing with each other. Of course, they will have practiced and practiced and practiced, and they've had, as I say, 8 tournaments, but you've got to have that inbred just understanding, knowing what your partner's going to do. It's a good rally.
Yeah, the English pair trying to hang in.
8-6. Chris. Chris, please.
The umpire wanting the English players to get ready a little quicker. And Foster from Sweden. That's good.
Just can't put it away. Incredible defense. What a point. What a point. And then the old through the legs trick routine, which didn't quite come off.
7-8.
It's phenomenal. Look at that.
Langridge with a overhead of 261 there.
Check.
I think we had something like 283 have we had in this match?
I think we've certainly had a 283 in the tournament so far. And I believe it was indeed in this match.
Thank you.
The shorter of the two men. Jung.
Anthony. Seven, 8.
A little mini break there in this second game. After that terrific rally.
Eight all.
This is a very good passage of play by the English pairing.
Yeah, 3 points in a row. Gives them brief hope here.
Yeah, and when you consider they were a wild card entry, didn't qualify out of right for these World Championships.
Serves over. 9 all. over. 10-9.
Well, I have to say the English players are doing exactly what Coach Hurrell said, which is be far more positive at the front of the court. He said, you've been too soft. Julian Robertson, the other coach there on the coach's bench.
Service over. 10-all.
So what's Chris complaining about there?
Didn't quite hear it.
Saying
I have to
about
be
the
honest.
player moving before he's hit, before he served, I think, maybe?
Well, it's possibly what he was saying, but I mean, it's the umpire's job to call the receiver. Service judge purely watches the server. Oh, that's landed well in.
Yeah. His judgment.
11-10, interval.
And that might be something to do with his mind on the previous point. Yeah, wasn't that close, was it?
I played mixed doubles with Kang Kyun Jin, coach there once.
Aggressive, okay? There's a lot of times when we've taken chances.
Hold one, 20 seconds.
And we've come out on top.
Hold
Okay,
one,
so
20
really sharp on
seconds.
that. Don't fall into traps on the returns, all right? That's very important. Don't feed them. Just keep it nice and simple, okay?
Eleven, 10. Play. Twelve, 10.
Well, A.Clark was saying if playing in the World Championships in England doesn't mean a lot to you, then nothing does. And
13,
you can
10.
see how desperate they are to perform well here. How eager they are to try and make the most of this opportunity, but a few errors coming at the wrong time here, allowing the Koreans to move ahead again. And a
14,
decisive
10.
move ahead, I think.
Yes, I think the last 3 points have been 3 errors from C.Langridge, or an inability to get the shuttle back, as with that last one. And I think maybe, and obviously I don't know what the player's thinking on court, but sometimes you want to win so desperately that you almost try too hard. You try and do things that really aren't on. You try and play winners from places on court that you can't play winners from. And you're just so desperate to do well, you stop thinking clearly.
Again, we're seeing some brilliant defensive work from the Koreans. And it ends up with them winning the point. There was one little angled shot from Anthony Clark that, you know, could have been a winner, but it came right back at him.
Yes, and you know, you look at, or I look at this match situation, and the English pairing were 10-9 up.
Yeah.
6 straight points at this crucial stage to the Koreans, and what a different complexion now on this second game. 5-point deficit. You know, well, okay,
11,
error on
15.
serve, so now there's only a 4-point deficit.
It's a long way back.
But it's psychologically now it's a long way back.
Service over. 16-11. Quit. Seventeen, 11.
Well, these are the main Korean hopes in doubles. There's no women's doubles or mixed doubles representations from the Koreans. The number 5 seeds, Jung and Kim Min-jung, had to withdraw because Kim had a hip injury.
That's a great return of serve.
Service over.
It's one of his favourite
12,
shots, trademark
17.
shot from Anthony Clark. He's been fooling opponents with that for years. It's terrific.
Service over. 18, 12. Service over. 13, 18.
There's certainly been no disgrace in the way that Clark and Langridge have played, but
13.
we're seeing why this is one of the most feared pairs in men's doubles.
Yeah, you're right about that. But, you know, the more I watch Clark and Langridge, the more potential I think they've got, and that, you know, whether they've got the time to actually qualify for the Olympics and develop their game, I just don't know. But
The win they had yesterday will help
yes,
in terms of their
definitely.
world ranking points.
Yeah, beat opponents that were 20 in the world, were they?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Currently ranked at 40th.
Gone wide.
Service over.
So
20,
that's
match point.
indeed match
14.
points. Well, that's one of them saved at least.
Service over. 15, 20.
Well, they won't be writing this one off until the winning point is struck from this Korean pair, but this feeling is just now a matter of time. Well, 2 saved.
You never know.
It's true.
16,
As I said, until that winning
20.
point struck, there's still some hope.
Game.
Well, there is the winning blow. It was a very convincing performance from Jung Jae-sung and Lee Yong-dae. 21-10, 21-16 their winning margin.
Match won by Jung Jae-sung, Lee Yong-dae, Korea, 21-10, 21-16.
I'm sure there'll be, as you say, Jill, more to come from Clark and Langridge as they try and climb the world rankings, but sure to be plenty more from this pair in these World Championships. They'll meet the winner of Endo and Hayakawa, or Smith and Wolf, the Australian pair, who play later tonight, but they are certainly candidates for the gold medal.